Integration, integration, integration. I can't stress enough the importance of an integration process after any kind of transformational journey, that being a spirit plant medicine journey, a psychedelic therapy process, a pilgrimage, a spiritual pilgrimage, or even going to a festival, which I just came back from. So hello, everyone. My name is Irene, and welcome to the Radiance podcast. So today I want to share a beautiful experience that I just had in Texas. So I just came back from Austin, where I had the privilege of witnessing a total solar eclipse with a totality of 4 minutes. And if you've never seen an eclipse, 4 minutes is a lot of the totality of seeing the whole eclipse in its totality. So it was something magical and cosmical and galactic and such a powerful event to witness. I know that many astrologers recommend not to witness the eclipse itself, not to go outside, because what happens in eclipses, the earth, the moon, and the sun have to come into perfect alignment for the eclipse to happen. And this is something amazing, because astronomically, for that to happen, many things have to come together so that alignment be manifest. And seeing it through the lens of archetypes, the sun represents our highest self, it represents our spirit, and the moon represents the shadow, represents the unconscious. So when the sun is blocked, our source energy is shut down. Our light is shut down. The light of consciousness is shut down. So for that time, we have a portal to the underworld. We have a portal to the shadows. And so that's why many astrologers don't recommend, because it can be very activating in the shadow realm. Now, I believe that these types of events we should witness at least once in our lifetime, because it's magical. It's surreal what you experience in that moment, and how nature, this magical show of nature. And it's just a beautiful reminder that life is magic, that magic exists, because it's not something out of our reach. Like, it happens every day, and through these types of events, it's very tangible. You can see it, you can feel it, you can experience it. So I went to this festival called Texas Eclipse, and it was a music, art, and technology festival with 5 stages, all types of music, from electronic music, house, techno, psytrance, to eclectic live music, folklore, folk music, rock. There was something for everyone. And then also there was a lot of art installations, and there was this like show of drones, of 100 drones creating these amazing shapes in the sky with its lights. It was just incredible. The art was beautiful. There was this other area called Meow Wolf, where it was all glowing, like glow in the dark lights, and the hosts were all dressed in cats, and they were performing arts, but like really, really talented artists offering their shows in performing arts of all types. It was very fun. It was very creative. The people that I met there were amazing. I made really good new friendships, new connections, and as well reconnecting with old friends from Mexico and from other parts of the world. And it was just an amazing, expansive, creative, full of inspiration time. And so this eclipse came in the North Node in the sign of Aries. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's a fire sign. There's a lot of drive and passion and impulsivity. And so that's how I felt during the festival and during this time that I was there. There was just a lot of playfulness and silliness and dancing and drive. And so there was a lot of energy. Also, this eclipse came in conjunction with Chiron, that is the wounded healer. So it did activate all the wounds. And also, it was in Mercury and retrograde. And something really funny that happened in this festival is that the map of the festival, where you go and you try to situate yourself in the grounds, was completely opposite direction. So everybody was lost. Nobody knew where anything was. It was hilarious. I kind of knew that, or expected that, it was going to be a little bit of chaos because of the eclipse, Mercury and retrograde. Everybody's going through their own healing process. And there's overstimulation. There's a lot of noise and sound and music and lights and people. And so there was a lot of energy to digest. So fast forward, festival ends, and now coming back home to integrate. And I feel it's really, really important to give yourself always time and space to slow down, to be in the quiet, so that you can find meaning and purpose of the experiences and of the gifts that you were giving during that journey. So integration for me is finding meaning and purpose of an experience. And in this finding meaning of purpose, then you can extract the teaching. And then the integration part is, how can I bring that teaching back into my life? So how can I bring the playfulness? How can I integrate art in my everyday life? How can I integrate silliness? How can I integrate the sharing of ideas with like-minded people? This is, I find, really important to do, because if you just stay in the experience, in the festival, or in the journey, you're always going to want to go back to that to be able to relive what you experience. So the idea of integration is to be able to bring those elements into your everyday life. So for example, playfulness, going out into nature and playing with your kids, playing with your pets, creative expression, dancing. I'm always dancing in my house. I'm always also trying on my clothes and being playful in how I dress. I always do like spontaneous dancing in my kitchen, movement, and then also the sharing with others. It's important to cultivate a community where you feel safe, where you feel appreciated, where you feel seen and witnessed in your beauty, in your light, but also in your shadow. We are everything. We are the light and we are the shadow. We are the whole spectrum of creation. And sometimes we are in our highest, most expansive. And sometimes we come home and we cry. And I've been crying every day since I came back. And this is because I'm going through a heartbreak. I'm going through a separation of a beautiful relationship with an Icelandic man, and just coming back, just all of those old themes of the wounded healer coming up for me to be able to see it, to be in the mud a little bit, to be in those shadows, to be able to see it, feel it, express it, cry it, in however way it wants to be expressed, and then let it go and transform it. Because also we are moving into a powerful time of the year, which is Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, which is happening this weekend. So I feel it's all perfect. It's all in divine timing. This shadow work that nature, that spirit, that our souls are calling us to do. It's calling us to go into those old wounds, all those limiting beliefs of self-doubt, of sabotaging, of the imposter syndrome, of not feeling worthy, of the feelings of rejection, of abandonment, of not being chosen. These are the themes that I'm seeing not only in myself, but also in my patients, in my friends. It's all themes of not being loved or being chosen, low self-esteem. You are not the only one that has this. We all have them. They're archetypical wounds. But depending on where Chiron is in your birth chart, that's the territory where these old wounds are going to surface. And so, for example, my Chiron is in the 6th house. In the 6th house is about health, wellness, and routines, everyday routines, and being of service. And so since I've been back, I had a chest cold, a piece of my tooth crumbled. I've been going through a very low energy grieving process. Plus, I had my period, so my vitality has been down on the floor. And with all of that, I've been trying to work, which is not serving me at its highest self. But I was able to pull back a little bit and to redesign my schedule so that it didn't feel so overwhelming. But because this is a feminine way as well, we need to design our lives through our cycles, through our menses, and we're not supposed to be in summer the whole time. We are seasonal cyclical beings, and we are supposed to go into the winter. And this eclipse like really put us into a winter state, which was very complex because there was a lot of fire element energies as well. So for me, it feels like there was this huge expansion and boom of energy, and now contraction, coming down to this reality, grounding, being in the body, integration, and doing it every day until the process is going to be finished. It's complete. And this takes its own time. Everything's in divine timing. With that being said, also feeling the collective grief. I feel like we are in very chaotic times, but also this festival, because it was very chaotic. One of the teachings, one of the gifts that I'm abstracting from this experience is that even in the midst of chaos, there is so much beauty. There is so much creative energy. There is so much inspiration. There's so much love. There's so much joy. I got to meet amazing humans that have gone through very intense hardships and that were still there, being their best selves, giving love, and wanting to be fertilizers for their community, wanted to be fertilizers for other people, that they were there just to bring their love, their light, to uplift their brothers and their sisters. And for me, that is a beautiful reflection of what we can be in the world, because there is so much chaos. There's so much suffering. There's so much sadness. There's so much suffering. There's so much death. And it's being put to us in our faces with all of this technology, with all of these communications networks that we have that are such a blessing to have. But we receive so much information, so much overwhelming overstimulation that it's hard to digest all of this energy. But if you stay grounded, if you find times of being in the quiet, of connecting with your heart, of connecting with your body, of coming back into yourself, coming back into your center, it doesn't matter what happens around you. You can become a beacon of light. You can become a fertilizer for the others. You can become that strong cord, that anchor for yourself and for others. But it's important to allow yourself to feel, to express, to go to the shadows so that you can crumble and let go of anything that is not serving you, all those limiting beliefs, all those inner voices and programmings that are most probably from your wounded inner child. And the wounded Chiron, the wounded healer in Chiron, is bringing all of these past wounds for us to see and compost and transform. So yes, there can be joy in the midst of chaos. There can be beauty in the midst of chaos. There is so much goodness in life. People are creating beautiful things. So it's up to us to choose, where do we want to put our focus. And so with this Uranus Jupiter conjunction that is coming up, like Jupiter is the one that gives blessings, is the guru, is one of the benevolent planets in the sky. So he brings light and expansion and abundance and gifts. And Uranus is the one that breaks things with electricity. It's like a discharge of chi, of energy, to destroy. It's like the Tower card, to destroy anything that is not for your highest good. And from that crumbling, allowing that crumbling, then a new self will be reborn. And so this is a time of breakdowns, breakups, breakthroughs, upgrades, and evolution. This is the planet of evolution. This is the planet of Kundalini energy, of Shakti, of power, of technology, of humanity, of blessings for humanity. So there is an expansion of the blessings of humanity that are coming. And again, depending on your chart where Taurus falls, this is the landscape, the territory where these breakthroughs and upgrades is going to happen for your evolution in your life. So if you want to know more of how to work these transits in your birth chart specifically for you, I invite you to join Radiant, the community that I have created. And I have a resident astrologer, her name is Karina, who gives us with talks and workshops to learn how to navigate through these energetics in the sky. And there's so many resources already there, not only through astrology, but also through sacred embodiment practices. I offer ceremonies based on the full moon and the new moon, the equinoxes and the solstice, as well as a sacred council, so that you can receive more support if you are wanting to be in a circle, in a space for receiving support for your path of illumination and liberation of the feminine. So I invite you to join, and if I don't see you there, I hope that you keep listening here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Please let me know how this lands for you. How are you feeling this eclipse season? What has been surfacing for you? What has been crumbling? And what blessings are coming into your life? All right, my sweet friends, thank you for being here, and sending you many blessings, and ciao for now.